Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian, and we are playing some more Elemental Aggro. That's right, we are doing a makeup match because I only got, I think, one video of the Elemental Aggro deck out. So we are going to play this deck again. I kept the summoning hand because I thought it was actually pretty solid. And looks like our opponent is playing what? Could be ad nauseum. Maybe not. It's possible. Very, very possible. Well, I think we throw out... What do we need to do here? I think we toss out... Ooh. Turn 3, we're going to get out the Incandescent Soulstoke. But I wouldn't mind turn 2 Smoke Raider. That'd be kind of fun. I think that's the way we're going to go. Give us some redundancy here. And then we are going to try and go on the super aggro plan here. Nova Chaser, whatnot. Also using Nova Chaser to, you know, flicker our Flamekin Harbinger. That's the main game plan we're going to be going here. So... we are going to go and fetch up a Smoke Braider. So she can braid some smoke, which in turn gets you more elementals. Or at least gets you mana to get more elementals. This is at least the assumption I'm rolling on here. Because, you know, you need to kind of have some kind of backstory to why we're actually drawing out a card. So Smoke Braider, for those that don't know, there you are. Showing that. And then ship it to our opponent's turn. We're not doing anything else at this point. So we'll be able to more accurately judge what we're playing against here in 1 second, as soon as our opponent actually plays something else. Because again, this could be... or we could be playing against something completely different. I don't know. Normally by now I would expect to see... it could be completely possible for it to be Black-Blue Control, which is a popular card these days, or popular set of cards, I should say. Well, let's go to combat, swing for 1, and then we're going to play Smoke Raider, or at least try to play Smoke Raider in this case. When our opponent has blue and 2 mana up, that normally means we're going to get a counter spell of some sort. So my assumption is we're going to get Smoke Raider not into play. I said that completely wrong. I don't think Smoke Raider is going to make... Oh my god! Smoke Raider made it into play. I did not see that coming. Well, that's good. It's good. I'm glad that it did happen. And now we're over at our opponent's turn. He plays an island. Our opponent is literally just... play pass, which is strange, I guess. So we have a couple options here. We could play Nova Chaser this turn. Nova Chaser doesn't get haste. I'm really tempted to do that, though. I think I'm so tempted to do that. The other option also is Ball Lightning and Incandescent Soulstoke. I think that's actually maybe a better bet. And then we'll Nova Chaser next turn with Incandescent Soulstoke. I think we're going to try that. I think we're going to try that indeed. So, oh, no, we can't do both. Sorry, I'm crazy. I thought this was 2 mana. It's actually 3 mana. So we don't have enough to do both those things. So maybe Nova Chaser is the better bet. Maybe it is the better bet. So let's go like this. Just swing for 1. Nothing too fancy here. And then we're going to go to our second main phase. And in our second main phase, we are going to play Nova Chaser using 2 mana from this guy. 2 red mana, please. And then 2 regular mountain-type mana. Playing Nova Chaser, we're going to have to champion elemental. It's going to be Flamekin Harbinger. Assuming our opponent doesn't bounce it to our hand, we should be fine. And we should be actually in a good spot here. So, champion elemental, yes, we're going to select Flamekin Harbinger. Waiting for our opponent to respond. Oh, it looks like our opponent doesn't respond. Opponent is doing nothing. That is a very interesting situation. Well, we have a Lightning Bolt up. We are going to either Lightning Bolt our opponent's face or Lightning Bolt something that they do. So they Vapor Snag the Nova Chaser, which gives it back, puts it back into play, which I'm okay with. That is actually a perfectly fine thing. I am more than happy to have that happen. So the question becomes here, what do we want? I don't really want another Nova Chaser. I'm almost thinking Thunderblast is actually the best bet here. I think Thunderblast is the way we're going to go, because we're going to play an Incandescent Soulstoke next turn, and then... yeah, so we're going to play Incandescent Soulstoke next turn, and the turn after we can actually get down the Thunderblast. What does our opponent play? For at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional 2 additional cards. Wow! That is going to be so good for us. That is going to be amazing for us. Well, we might as well Lightning Bolt now. Our opponent doesn't have anything, so we're going to Lightning Bolt our opponent's face. Try and just bring that life total down. Our opponent, I guess I'm assuming our opponent is playing the Draw Death deck. I'm assuming. You don't see it much around. You see it kind of in the casual play, which we're playing a little bit of a casual match here, I guess. Theoretically, because we're drawing a whole bunch of extra cards. You don't see this card in competitive play very often. So, okay, so we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could play Thunderblast, swing for 7, 8. I kind of think that playing Incandescent Soulstokes is probably a good idea, though. Playing 2 of them would be really fun. I think we're going to go like this. We're going to play the second one as well. Red mana. Please give me the red mana. And then we will swing for 3 with the Flamekin, Harbinger. And then next turn we're going to drop down some of these fatties and swing to our opponent's face for a ton of damage. That is the game plan. So let's see. Does our opponent have a response for this? I'm assuming they don't. Well, I assume they don't, because I don't know what their deck is. I'm not sure exactly what this deck is doing. So they may have like a crazy combo that is about to go off right now. I can only hope. Let's see what you got. Visions Unbound. Draw a card. If a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it, draw 3 cards instead. Okay, so maybe it's a mill deck? Seems a little bit strange. Opponent says nope and goes to sideboard. What exactly are we playing against? I'm not really sure. I do think, though, we need to have some kind of stuff like Tyrant to Discord. Might be good. Cracked Earth. I think throwing a couple of those guys in is going to be good as well, because it looks like our opponent is playing like a enchantment-y kind of, maybe artifact-y kind of deck. I think it might be. Actually, I think we just throw a single Crack the Earth in. Actually, no, we don't need it at all. We don't need it at all. Okay. And I think we're going to throw out Tamer Battle Rage, because in this case, I think, actually, no, leave it Tamer Battle Rage, take out a Fling, and run it back like that. Just putting a Tyrant to Discord. Putting in more potential win conditions if we get to a mid to late game. We're going to find out. Going to game 2. So in game 2, we have a single land in our opening hand, so that's going to be a big old mulligan right there for us. And this is not bad. We can keep that. What do we have on top? We have a mountain on top. Do we want a mountain on top? I think the answer is going to be no. Put on bottom of the library. Don't really want that. If it was a multicolored land, then maybe, but it's not, so I'm not really that interested in it. And Tamer Battle Rage. Oh, really like that. I haven't seen the last couple games I've played. I have not seen Fling or Tamer Battle Rage at all. So it's nice to finally see them. I know that they're in the deck, so they allow us to win. If we draw into them, we usually like win right away, but we don't ever want to have like 2 or 3 in our opening hand, or 2 or 3 at all in our hand, because we usually play them win, but having more than one. Ooh, Howling Mine. Oh, our opponent is so nice to us. I don't think they realize that we're playing an aggro deck. This is just not a good matchup for our opponent. I should always set this to yield, by the way. That's what I need to do. Unclaimed territory. Interesting. Let's play the unclaimed territory, naming elementals. And then I think we just drop out the Smoke Raider and ship it to our opponent. And then we're gonna probably play next turn probably Spark Elemental and Hellspark Elemental. And then the turn after we're gonna play Spark Trooper and Tamer Battle Rage on Spark Trooper. It's gonna be the plan. So going for the turn 5 win. I guess the one thing with this deck, the Elemental Aggro deck, is like it does have potential to do turn 4. Sometimes it has potential to do turn 3, but it's mostly a consistent turn 5 win. So that is something to keep in mind. Most decks, like top tier decks, like tier 1 decks, are like a turn 4 win, not a turn 5 win. Doesn't mean we're slow, or it doesn't mean we're bad. It just means we're not as fast as some of the top tier decks. Mind you, some of the top tier decks as well are not aiming to win on turn 4, but they are aiming to start controlling their opponent a lot more by turn 4. So we have 5 mana. We need 6 mana to play these combo here. We're going to be playing this. This is the combination. The thing we could do right now, though, we could definitely throw out a Smoke Trooper, swing in. That's not a bad idea as well. The other option, again, is Hellspark Elemental, Spark Elemental, swing for 6. 4. Now we can do both. Let's do Spark Trooper. So, 2 mana. We need white. White and red. Use that white and red. And red. Sure, colorless. And then we're going to play Spark Trooper, or Spark Elemental. And then we're going to swing at both these guys. Bam, bam. Gonna be good. And then, oh, our opponent is going to counter. He's going to remand it. That is okay by me. And Spark Elemental. Go, go, Spark Elemental. And let's go to combat. Swing in for 3 damage and then ship it to our opponent's turn. Our opponent will then need to start putting the gears to us if they're going to win this one, I think. Okay. Opponent's drawing extra cards now. The big thing is, like, having a turn 2 Howling Mine means our opponent's drawing more extra cards, which means they're going to be having more countery stuff. And they're definitely going to have sideboard stuff for aggro. As soon as you're playing any kind of deck like this, you need to have, like, sideboard stuff that's directly targeted at dealing with aggro. You just can't. You can't not. You can't afford to not do that. Oh, it is a mill deck. Okay, well, it's fun. It is the black. It is a black-blue mill deck, which means there's going to be stuff like Mind Funeral, I think it is. Is it Mind Funeral? There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of really nasty black-blue cards that do some counter. Yeah, black-blue cards that do milling. In our case, though, we're not really too concerned about that. We are going to Spark Trooper. So what does this need to look like? This needs to look like this. It can be white and red. And then this can be colorless and red. And I need to actually touch these. Need to click on them in order for us to use it. And then we go to combat. Attack with this guy. See if our opponent has any response. Looks like our opponent does not have a response. We are going to give it double strike. Smashing our opponent's face for 12 damage. We gain 12 life. Neat how that works out. Oh, you guy. You got me. You got me. Team of Battle Rage doesn't target anything. Sad day for us. I was hoping he played Vapor Snake. So this is like why you play Vapor Snake at that moment. You don't play Vapor Snake before. You play it when your opponent is like, does our opponent have a response? Let's find out. Well, this is where we start milling a bunch. The thing is, unless our opponent has enough remand and like enough countery stuff, we have enough to start swinging some serious damage real quickly. I'm not too concerned. We have the aggro package in our hand right now. We just need to start actually getting stuff to stick to the table, which I don't think it's gonna be that hard. I mean, how many Vapor Snags and stuff can he have in his deck? Yeah, a fair amount, I guess. In theory, a fair amount. Okay. Waiting on our opponent. I'm literally going to ship through the rest of my turn, or ship through the rest of his turn. We don't have any response. We also have Lightning Bolt as well, so as long as we get him down to 3, we can definitely close out the game with Lightning Bolt. We are on a good trajectory for this one. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, our opponent is playing what? Probably another Sphinx's Tutelage or something similar. Yep, another Sphinx's Tutelage. Because that's how he's going to mill us out. I mean, he's already doing a pretty good job at it, so... Largely, it helps out as well that we don't have that many lands in this deck. I think we're running exactly 20. Was it 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exactly 20 in the deck. So, yeah. Sphinx's Tutelage becomes quite a bit better. Ooh. He's calling for Nova Chaser. I mean, that is a card. That is a card to get rid of. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not too concerned. You can see our hand. We have the aggro hand. And can we drop 2 of these next turn? I don't think so. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no. We can go, what, 4, 5, 6? Plus a bolt to the face. Which would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage. I think that's not terrible. Ooh, he's also going to grab Team of Battle Rage. Which actually is is actually not a good idea. He should have actually aimed to get... I guess he has to choose something in the graveyard. If I was him, Ball Lightning would be a good one to grab. Thunder Blast would have been a good one to grab. Team of Battle Rage is good, but not as good. Okay, so we're going to go Spark Trooper. Might as well use this guy. So white-red. Plus an additional red. Plus an additional whatever. And our opponent is tapped out. So I guess the one thing about him grabbing stuff that's like only one of them in the graveyard is it creates a lot more, it makes our deck thinner, which is ideally, I guess, a good thing for him. Let's play, actually no, let's cancel that. Let's grab the the Hellspark Elemental out of our graveyard. And then let's combat swing in. And go attack, attack. And then we're going to bolt our opponent's face. Do we bolt our opponent's face now or no? No, we don't. We hold up and we bolt at his end step. I think that's what we do. Yes, 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 yes. All you guys go away. So, assuming our opponent doesn't have a response next turn, we do have him. Which is nice. It's a good feeling. Go to our opponent's turn. Always yield to this. And I guess we theoretically could have bolted on our turn. Theoretically. But I didn't really want to. Mostly because I'd rather bolt on our opponent's turn. But he was tapped out, so there is that. Because he could have counterspells now. So let's just try. Let's try. I bet he's gonna counter it, either Remand or some other. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't actually counter it. Maybe he knew that he's gonna need to counter something that we might be playing. Okay, let's throw down a mountain. Let's play a Hellspark Elemental. That's gonna be white and red. White. Give me white. And let's actually play this guy. And then we're gonna play the second Hellspark Elemental. And see if our opponent can deal. Can our opponent deal? There's white. All over the red. And does our opponent scoop it up, or does our opponent let us go to combat? Oh, we are going to combat. What? Does our opponent have an answer? There is the one that returns all types of creatures. Bounces everything. Return all creatures to their owner's hand. Yeah, that guy. Excavation. Haven't seen that in a while. Usually you see other cards, because that's very expensive. That's fair enough. Fair enough thing. Okay, well, ship it to our opponent's turn. Let's see if they can mill us out. They might be able to mill us all the way out. And that looks like we are milled right out. We are Zed. We are dead. Okay, going to the game 3. Yes, I know what's happening here. We can't physically mill any farther. We are completely milled out. We get it. We get it. Go to our turn. We draw. We go to sideboard. Okay, well, we are playing against a mill deck, which means we need to be able to destroy stuff. So, remember that time we had Smash the Smithereens in the deck? Let's play that. Take out Tyrant in Discord. He's not going to be that good. I think what we need to take out is stuff like Teamer Battle Rage. I mean, I like it, but I think it's actually going to be better to go this way. Go with Fling. Fling, I think, is going to be a solid, hands-down, better version. What else? I mean, Crack the Earth theoretically is okay in this situation. Ratchet Bomb, in theory, is also good in the situation. Tyrant Discord actually isn't bad. But I think we're going to go with an additional Fling. I think that's where we're going to go. Run her back. We have artifact removal now, which means we can technically get rid of Howling Mines and stuff that's drawing him extra cards. I guess maybe actually... I'm going to play first. I probably should have thrown in a Ratchet Bomb to help deal with enchantments. Should have done that, I think. And this seems like a pretty fast opening hand. I think we're going to keep that. We're going to keep it. We are going to keep it. And we're going to throw out Unclaimed Territories, Spark Elemental, swing for 3 on the first turn here. Let's see. Our opponent is deciding if they want to keep their opening hand. So this is going to be, we know we're playing against Mill, and we know that we are, well, I know, I should say. I say we as in like, come on, join me as we talk about our deck. We know that Mill, in this case, our deck is not quite fast enough. Because we are like a consistent turn 5 kill deck, not a consistent turn 4 kill deck. Mill decks tend to kind of get the advantage by turn, by turn 5. So we need to keep that in mind. Elementals, playing this guy, paying for red. I wish you just automatically use the red. I mean, there's like literally, what other options am I doing here? I wish I didn't have to like click, pay for red, to actually select the red. Kind of annoying. And right now, we are swinging for 3. Going to our opponent's turn. We are probably going to be next turn. We're probably going to aim to lightning bolt our opponent. Oh, our opponent doesn't play a land? That's weird. Opponent doesn't play a land. Well, and our opponent, I guess they kept a... Oh, what? Oh, no, they milled down to 3. I didn't even see that. Well, sorry, opponent. That sucks. That sucks so hard to, like, mill down to 3 or, like, mull down to 3. Rough. Anyways, well, this has been Elemental Aggro makeup game on the Wild Weekend. So keep an eye open for other cool, interesting videos, maybe gameplay, maybe other stuff coming later this weekend. Until next time, my name's Adrian, this is GiantMonsterGames. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.